Everyone, it's Jolene from Hydroguard Legal Services. Today I'm going to be joined by our CEO Chris Brown. Hi Chris.
Good morning Jolene, how are you?
I'm very well, thank you. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you.
And Chris is going to be talking to us about one of our customers who has been mistreated by a finance company and letting us know exactly what we do as a company to help rectify the situation. Did you want to take over, Chris?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
So basically the customer is called Mr. Prince. He's a gentleman that purchased solar panels back in 2014-2015 from a company called Absolute Renewable Energy. And effectively what happened is they promised him the world, and as typical, it hasn't delivered what it was meant to deliver.
So what is the current situation then with Mr. Prince, Chris? Where is it at now?
Okay, so Hydroguard Legal Services have actually won the complaint for him.
Fantastic.
But we've now got a big issue with the finance company, which is Creation Consumer Finance, also known as BNP Paribas, where they've actually agreed the settlement, but they've now delayed the payments.
Oh.
So yes, that's where we're at.
So Chris, I can see, just looking at sort of a bit of paperwork here, that he was made an offer in May 2020.
That's correct.
We are now June 2021.
That's correct.
And it's still not been dealt with.
That's correct. So what's actually happened is Creation, the Creation Consumer Finance, they're also known as BNP Paribas.
Okay.
They're the finance company involved. So when Mr. Prince actually bought, he was sold a regulated contract through that company, Creation Consumer Finance. They've agreed to make a resettlement to him, a refunded offer, and that was actually, as you say, made in May 2020.
Yeah.
And today he's being messed about by that consumer finance company, Creation Consumer Finance. They've told us in the last couple of weeks, maybe 4 or 5 times, that his payment will be within 3 days. Then 3 days go by, we get a phone call from Mr. Prince, and Mr. Prince is, as you can understand, like everybody else, he's gone through COVID, been furloughed, and he needs the money in his bank. And each time we phone them, they say, oh yes, it's been done. They've told us they've issued cheques that have never turned up, but they've then told us that there was a mistake, that the cheques were never actually issued. We've asked them to do bank transfers to him, and each time he's just been messed about and left alone. And so the reason for obviously talking about this on our programme today is obviously to let people know that we do win the cases, and sometimes out of our control, people like Creation Consumer Finance, BNP Paribas, they actually bring in other situations, which is a bit unfair to the customer. Despite
them obviously, you winning the case, proving that he was missold, he was misled, and still they're withholding that money, still they are not paying what he is entitled to.
That's absolutely correct, Jolene. That's exactly what's happened.